Charles here, and today I'll be showing off some custom brickheads I've made based off my favorite superhero characters and buff knockoff pieces from the website Webrick. So, how about we start with the more bloodier of the two? So this guy has 114 pieces and free instructions on my rebrickable page, which you'll find in the description, just like with my SpiderMan brickheads, which you'll see shortly. I'm extremely satisfied with this guy. I've done my best to make it as accurate as I could to the actual costume, and luckily I think I've done that quite well, especially with the hair, using a lot of sharp and soft slope pieces, as you can see here. And for the front and back of the torso, to accurately represent the ankles of the costume, I use the studs knot on top. Although, unfortunately, using this technique causes it so the torso is only attached to the head by 8 studs being the center ones, meaning if you put pressure on the front of the head, it falls off. With the back, it doesn't really since it's more flat, but still, as long as you just don't apply that much pressure to the front of the head, you'll be good. Now, as I mentioned, I did my best to make this as accurate as I could to the actual comic and TV show appearance of Invincible. Although, there is one big change you can do that I personally did it to make this even more accurate, that being changing all the blue pieces to dark azure. I personally didn't do that just because with webrick, I was only able to get all the pieces I needed to in blue and not dark azure, but if you want to do it yourself, go right ahead. Now, on to Spider-Man. How come he didn't get a title card like Alright then, so back to Spider-Man. I'm very satisfied with this guy. Similar to the Invincible Brickheadz, I used the stud, you know what it is, technique on the front of the torso to make the accurate angles of the suit, and then for center of the torso, I use I'm not gonna say it. You know what it is. I'm not gonna say it. In a different way, instead of having the studs be facing the bottom, having the studs be facing the sides, accurately representing the logo, kind of. But it also, unintentionally, I only realized this when writing the scripts, kind of gives the costume a webbed pattern. It doesn't really look that good, but it's close enough with the small size. Now, for the back, much more simpler, just using a circular tile on top of the Technic pin. And the head is one part of the figure that I wish I could do a bit better with, but honestly I'm not sure how. So in the comments, if you know any way to make it look less like a ski mask and more like an actual Spider-Man mask, please do tell me below, because I genuinely don't know what to do. And also, for the eye build, although it is very simple, I gotta say thank you for Bit for helping me out with this design, as I couldn't really think of anything for it, and instead I was going to use a much uglier design, but he showed me his brickheads, and I was like, oh, that's much better. And so yeah, check out his Instagram in the description below. First here, so I forgot to change this in the script after I found out about this, and I just forgot to put it in the video, so I'm putting it here now. A Bit recently retired from, it seems like, making mocks in general for now. He says he may not come back. Check his Instagram for that, but so he won't be posting here anymore. He still has the rebrickable page, which I recommend checking out because he has some awesome stuff on there, but yeah, so I'll be linking this in the description instead of his Instagram page, but just in case you still want to check it out, there it is. So before I go, a few things I want to just say are a reminder: the instructions for both of these guys are in description and are completely free. A short review of webrick, pretty good. Shipping is actually really fast because I'm pretty sure these are shipping from China and they arrived in like 2 or so weeks, which is awesome. And the price for this stuff is actually really good, being only about $12 for these overall, which is awesome. Although the bricks aren't perfect, as some of them have very strong clutch power, which is a bit weird, and also some of the pieces are just off. Like with this yellow clip piece I used for the arm, it doesn't have any holes in it, but the other one does, which is weird. It seems to be a completely different mold because it also has ridges. I'm not really sure what's that about. But if you want a more in-depth look at webrick, I definitely recommend On the Bricks video, which I will as well link with everything else in the description. Also, just a final thing I want to just put out there, I'm going to Brick Fair, Virginia this Saturday and Sunday, so if you see me, say hi, I guess. I doubt that anyone will see me and recognize me, but still, just putting that out there. So, yeah, that is about it. I am Charles, and I am out.